Okay, they went off faster than I thought. But okay, hey. Welcome to Otaku Talk, the show where we have no background music playing right now, and it's really bothering me. Give me 1 second. All right, but hello, how's your week been? Good TV watching this week?
Yeah, actually, some really good TV watching this week. I had a really great work discussion with my boss.
Okay.
My birthday was Thursday.
How you let me get this far without I didn't even say nothing. I feel like a terrible person, and you just let me be a terrible person all the way to the day, and like didn't even remind me, like, you mangy bitch, my birthday, and you didn't even say nothing, and you didn't even mention having a birthday. Like, I hate you. End the live. I'm done. Bye, y'all.
Come back, Bree. She mad. I'm just like, I don't like crazy, like, put emphasis on my birthday like that. She's so mad.
I am so mad.
I'm
taking you out, you whore.
I genuinely don't though. Like I just don't.
I know you don't, because you like me, and it'd be like October the 15th, and you'd be like, oh my God, and I'd be like, it's okay.
No, 100%. Like another one of my friends was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It was like 9 the next morning, and it was just like, I just had so much going on, blah blah blah. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bitch, do you not realize I did not say happy birthday to you last year?
I mean, we kind of in the age range where it's not like a big deal, but I do feel like if I remember, but I just feel like since the 20th, it's been kind of crazy. Like, it's been kind of crazy. Like, so, I mean, yeah, but at the same time,
I got you. I'm sorry. It's my birthday.
I'm swinging.
It was my birthday last week.
Well, I guess now you have to go somewhere this weekend. So,
but
shut up.
Well, I'm gonna be in Arizona, unfortunately. I'm going to be on a work trip.
I forgot.
Next
week. You're the lead employee now, so.
Yep. We're going to have a sales trip in Phoenix, Arizona. But I bring that up to say, one of my coworkers got me a present, and this is just going to show you how I cannot keep my love of Beyonce secret from any workplace, friend group,
which we have to
anything.
Talk about. Your fave, getting on my nerves. Oh, you got to turn your thing off.
Let me take the hold on.
He did it on purpose. He did do it on purpose. Oh, that's cute.
Hey,
now that's a good gift. Like, that's the kind of gift where, like, if I saw that, that's a good gift. You know, versus like something that's like cute. Random. Like, that's a super good gift because it's very specific and cute and unique. That is really good.
Unique.
That's cute. That's such a good gift. You're gonna carry that everywhere.
Oh yeah, 100%. And other than that, I've just been watching some Deal or No Deal Island, some Traders, some Solo Leveling, some Sakamoto Days.
You're a bad influence. I have so much TV to watch, and I just haven't even. Now I got to watch Deal or No Deal Island because I don't know. Like, I'm the same way. Once you get into like a certain lane, it's like very hard to get out of it. Like, I'm heavy on because there's no dramas out right now like that we like. So now I'm heavy on just catching up on anime and game shows. There's like no in between.
But that's just like when the genre is saturated with such good shows, though. It's not like
game shows are coming
only
back.
Like two. Yeah, like it's not like there's only 2 heavy hitters right now. There's like 7.
But we did you feel like we had a decade where there weren't really super good games out? Yeah. Like, not new ones. Like, it was just the same ones.
Yeah, and honestly, even if there were good ones, I think because of that, I was so kind of like immune to competition. It was only my standards. Like, I would only really do Big Brother, Survivor, and Drag Race.
I feel like that's the only ones that were like out though. Like, low key, I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like those are the only like network big game shows. Because back in the 90s, we had like the Real World, the Challenge. We had like it was just so many game shows back in the day. I feel like if everybody burnt out, and now it's like the competition shows are making a comeback, and they're so good. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. They're really good. So I will be watching it, even though I have no space in my lineup for No Deal or No Deal, whatever. I feel like I'm about to be watching it.
It's some long episodes too. I honestly, I don't think I've ever looked at the runtime in the episodes. Like I just clicked to the next. Like I don't remember exactly how long it is.
It's hard because now with the button that just click to the next episode, it's really even hard to know. Sometimes I'll be like, where did one episode end? When started? Like sometimes it's really hard.
It feels like Love Island. Like those episodes sometimes be feeling like they're 2 hours long when they only like 45 minutes.
Yeah, and they all kind of merge together, and I feel like Love Island is. I started Love Island All Stars too, which apparently is a year old, but it's out on Peacock, so I'm watching it.
It's good.
I don't know yet. I'm only on episode like 5, but it's like some of the old people came back from the UK. So like Kaz is back, and I really watched it to see like how Kaz was gonna work, like see how that's gonna work out for her this time. Because you know my thing with Love Island, black girls, especially the UK. America kind of redeemed themselves. USA really redeemed themselves with that last season. But UK,
wait, Kaz, that's the short hair. Like she had the.
She was dark skinned, black. I feel like the first time she was on there, she did have short hair,
like a buzz cut. I'm thinking buzz cut though, not just.
No, like hair. It was like I feel like she had like a TWA, like.
Okay.
With afro.
It's the same person I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
She was like really sweet and just like a really great friend throughout her season.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's back.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, let me see what they doing with Cat. So that's kind of why I started watching it. So yeah, that's what I've been watching. So
okay.
Lots to talk about before we get into Castlevania because we didn't get to talk about it last week. We are going to talk a little bit about solo leveling, which pissed me off. So anything you want to say?
I'm a little goofed and gay. Maybe because I'm always going to have this film of, kind of like omniscient. Like I've already
because you kind of know what's coming, so it's not as bad.
Exactly. Especially like with this specific section. I'm so interested in seeing what was going on in your head when you was watching it, because this leads to probably one of the more epic scenes for a while. Maybe not for a while with solo leveling.
I can tell it's definitely building up to something though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just pissed me off like the pay. I mean, it's just these 20-minute episodes. Like it's really hard to watch it. Well, no, actually, first, actually, a spoiler from Facebook pissed me off on like Monday.
No. Oh no!
And I had cussed everybody in the group out. So I got a spoiler. I got a spoiler that I didn't want.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
Mute the stream until you see me go. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1.
So I'm in a group. They be posting stuff. It was like fan art, but it was Sanjay and Woo and old girl. I don't know her name. Blonde girl.
Oh, Cha.
Yeah. Is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah. Cha Hae-in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, but it was cool. Like, it would have been cute if it was just fan art. Like, because they could just be like shipping. But it's like you had to make sure you put the spoiler right there on the caption. Like, why you couldn't just be like fan art? Why you got to do the whole? You got to just make sure you just go ahead and spoil the whole thing. Because at first I was like, oh, that's cute. They would be cute together. And I like read the caption. I'm like, because on Facebook you can't like, depending on how you scroll and like the caption be there. So it's like you can't even like put it like 15 words down in the caption or something, like, So that was annoying.
Okay,
that was annoying. But I don't know how. I don't know the progression. I don't know how we get there. I don't know at what point in the story any of this happens. So it's not a complete spoiler, but I know it. Yeah.
That's good. And okay. Yeah, come back. But at least like in the grand scheme of spoilers in the show, that at least that's one of them where I'm like,
that's a light spoiler.
But at least, yeah. At least
it's not like plot further.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That I would have been like, wow, girl, let's go ahead and
wrap it up.
Let's go ahead and figure out who the hell that was.
Yeah.
And do something.
So now that was annoying. But then outside of that, just watching the episode, because this felt like a filler episode, kind of. I mean, I say that lightly, because even their like quieter episodes there's still content there that you will need to know, and people you're meeting, and like little exposition Sunjin and Woo says that you're gonna need to know. So like it's not a waste, but I'm just annoyed. Like these episodes are not long enough. Like
they are so short. I was really waiting to see where you're going with that when it comes to like how you felt about it. But like, I 100% agree. Like
I wish we could merge these more quiet episodes together, and then I'm cool with the action-packed ones being like shorter, but I just feel like I don't want to waste the whole week on this. Like, and then we're gonna talk about Castlevania Nocturne, and then you turn on Nocturne because watching anime like Sakamoto Days, Solo Leveling, and then turning on Castlevania, and I'd be like, the episode's still going, like. Am I still on episode 2? Just like, it just really frustrates me that I was just frustrated with this episode because I feel like I wanted more. Like, I almost feel like the first part of it, which was cute, it was very slice of life, but like, I don't care. I don't care.
I feel you, girl. I feel you. It wouldn't be as bad if this was like 45 minutes long.
Right.
Because we literally knocking on the door of some awesomeness next week. But it's just because it's so good, like it just makes you want more. It really does. Especially because a lot more people are checking for Solo Leveling now. I feel like that sentiment is being like really spread across the verse. I mean, it's felt, so it's not like it's like, you think it's a little short, you know what I mean?
Right,
like everybody feels it. Yeah.
But it's so crazy because with some shows, I really feel it more than others. Like, I feel like the worst one, Solo Leveling and Demon Slayer are really the only two that I have distinctly feel like there is no way this episode is over. It's something about them too. Like, Sakamoto Days feels like a full runtime. Like, Ramna, anything else I watch be feeling like full episodes, but for some reason Solo Leveling and Demon Slayer just be feeling, maybe they're just so good, they feel very fast, but I only had that reaction with those two anime. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. While I'm watching it, it's not like I'm mad at what's being shown to me or like I'm into it, but it's just when I am really, I guess, when I'm really locking in, when it's really getting to that point, it doesn't feel like it's been 18 minutes or whatever, but I'm here, and now that it's over, I'm just not fulfilled.
Right. I be getting up like that dad pose, like, who I got to write a letter to, because I know this episode's not over.
Hands on your hips.
Yeah, hands on my hips. Looking around like, there's no way. So I don't know. It's just frustrating, and I feel like this was a waste. It wasn't I don't want to say wasted. Like, it wasn't a wasted, but it was a wasted week. Like, the second half was definitely so strong that I would have preferred a whole episode of them just hanging out down, just watching that team fight a little bit. Like, and I know that's not the story, but I would have loved it. Sometimes if I could pick the content I would rather a filler have, I definitely would have preferred more of that than Sunjin Woo walking around talking to people. Girl, I don't care. Even if it wasn't his plot moving forward, we could have spent the whole episode watching that team fight.
Yeah.
The way they fought, or just just more dungeon energy, like him talking to them, him getting to know them, seeing, like, that would have been cute to me. That would have felt like more purposeful content.
I see what you're saying, and I think it's because I think this show really tackles stuff very segmented. Yeah. So it's like they're when he's not fighting, the scenes where he's not fighting, I feel like are really like, I feel like they're really quick, Yeah. So it's like the longer scenes that take up like a full episode are the fight scenes. So when we get to that place, like, if we're going to start a fight scene, let's start a fight scene at the beginning of the show versus halfway through the show where now the octane has switched and I'm only hyped for like 2 seconds.
That's like what they do. And I feel like also the fights are they're not long. Like, they're not drawn out unless it's like a boss battle, but his other fights can be real short. So it's just like, I don't know, the pacing is interesting. Like, I never have an issue when he runs up on a boss or a higher enemy. Like, they take their time with those. That's cute. I don't have no complaints about that pacing. But sometimes it's the inner content. It just feels like a lot of conversations I don't give a fuck about. And I don't really know why I feel that way. But then when I run through my head about things that I would prefer to see in those filler or quieter episodes, I just feel like I'm not getting it. Like,
Okay.
But I understand they got to get
That's
to
fair.
the plot. But I don't really give a fuck. Like, make a filler. I don't know. I just want more. Like, if we gonna do it, do it. If we not, no. I feel like we in this weird place. Like, I would love to see more with him and Jinho, is that his name? That, his sister, like, or if you were these random squads, show more time with you with these random squads. Like, I don't care, but it just, I'm like, what is this? It just feel like a conversation I'm glazing over.
Yeah.
If he not fighting, it's conversations that I'm glazing over. Like, I don't know.
That was one thing I was hoping too that we would see, and it's interesting you hit that because that's a point I put in my notes here. That we do get an introduction to these characters, and this is like this episode, getting to see these teams. This is something I kind of like mentioned on the previous that like ticked me off a little bit.
Right.
That would not be messing with the originality of these additional hunters.
Right.
Making them all look the same and everything because they are so like I think like I got Gina.
Right yes, here. They seem so cool. Like they do seem like such good character designs. Like I'm so interested in just the world building of abilities, what other people can do outside of Sanjin and stuff. Like I'm really interested in the world, but I'm not getting it.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of hoping. I was like, I've seen them, elongate, add little scenes here for the anime only versus the manga, and they did say I did see a post saying that Igris and another character are going to get more of a side stories and stuff like that. So they're going to get more to do, more time with them. So I was really hoping and praying like we get a lot more of that with a lot of these characters that we're just now seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
Because that is something that is a critique of Solo Leveling because we do get introduced into so many characters.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of them really get that time.
Yeah, why are we seeing all these people it's like, and they spending time designing these people. I'm like, okay, girl. Like, I'm really, I play Overwatch too. Like, I was locked in. But this time he dive in the back line. I said, okay, come on. Like,
I knew you was gonna like that.
Yeah, I'd be locked in. I'm like, come on, we want more of this. So I'm totally okay with them slowing it down and doing other stuff and not just Sanjin Woo, speed running life. I'm cool with that, but it's just like the stuff they choosing to focus on. I'm like, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't even know what happened in the first half of the episode. I'm not even gonna hold you. Don't know what happened.
I mean, it pretty much was just a setup. He got what did happen in the beginning? Okay,
yeah. So I think they were just setting up to him going to this dungeon with this other squad, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we got a little bit of exposition with Cha, how she like is sensitive
she
to
hates
hunters.
I know he smell good. I just know he smell good.
Girl.
Right.
And anyway. What are they doing with like this episode specifically? Really, like, why was his chest so prominent in this episode?
Why were his arms so big?
Yeah, like that one scene where he was face to face with Cha in the dungeon. I was like, his side boob is massive right now. I don't think I ever realized it before. And then there was another scene.
Match hers.
I guess. Oh, that's true because she's carrying. When he was standing face to face with Ki-hoon, the captain, there was another scene of him just titties out. I was like, I'm not complaining. This is interesting. Listen to this episode. Y'all just
I'm telling y'all, we will go back in history and look at the fact that Jujutsu Kaisen is the reason that all of this has changed. Like, male leads in anime are forever changed because of Jujutsu Kaisen. So, do you think storytelling has gotten lazy, or have we as the audience gotten picky? I used to enjoy filler and ensemble side stories back in the day, but now it doesn't hold. I think this is just a weak filler size ensemble story weaving. And so
yeah, because this isn't even like filler. Like what we saw was pretty much like almost a 1-to-1 from what happened in the manga. There wasn't there wasn't a lot missing. There wasn't a lot added at all. There was nothing added at all. Yeah. So it's not really filler, but I was the same way. Like for a lot of animes that had good filler, I was on the ride for the most part. Naruto lost me halfway through with his filler, but
this ain't even really filler. And that's why this isn't like, that's why I hate to call it filler, because it's not traditional filler. They're like, if you watch Bleach, you know what filler is for real. Like they have whole arcs that are filler. So I wouldn't even call this filler. It's just kind of like exposition episodes more so, I think is the way to
Just
describe
wish it was done in a different way, kind of.
Yeah, pick your exposition tactic. But you know, after we see next week episode and we come back and talk about it, I'm sure it will make all they do a lot of setting up. So I could tell this is a setup. So that's why I was like, it ain't really much to say about the episode. It's just a setup, so I'm excited to see what happens. But we have to roll into Castlevania because we need time to talk about it because it is a lot to talk about. So Castlevania Nocturne season 2 came out one of these days. I don't know what day it was because I've lost the whole week. But it was amazing. I think I watched it in like 2 sittings, pretty much.
Yeah, I did too almost. I think I had to break it up around episode 3 or 4, but I definitely had to rewind and watch those same again.
Yeah, because talking about pacing, like Castlevania Nocturne, I think it's one of those, like, it always starts off, it doesn't always start off slow. When I say slow, take that lightly. Like, it's, once it gets going, though, you're locked in. Like, I feel like that's always been my experience of Castlevania. That first episode or 2 is always like, okay, you know, we know we're setting up. They're gonna start cooking. By the time they start moving, though, the rest of it just flies by, and you're just sucked in. So that's to their pacing. I don't even know where to start with Castlevania. Where should we start?
I mean, just a point on that, it's so much to be sucked in by, though. That's the thing. It's like a buffet of top tier animation.
Oh my god!
And sound design and voice acting. So even if you're not lost in the story, even if you're for some strange reason not just enamored by the fighting or the fight choreography, then you might be the one that's just lured into the amazing voice effect work. You know what I mean? There's something for everybody.
Let's talk about that voice acting though. We can start there.
Yes. Who's your favorite voice of Castlevania?
Why you ask me that? That is so hard. I'm gonna change the background. Like all series?
All series too. Okay, fine. Top 2 voices.
Oh my god. Okay, no. We gotta do at least Nocturne. Cause I love Silpha. Is it Sypha or Silpha?
Sypha. I think Sypha, yeah.
I love her voice, but she ain't in this. So I don't know. I kind of low key. Okay, Alucard's voice is like ASMR. Like we need him on the Queen app. I know y'all don't know what it is, but if you do know what it is, the girls who know. We need him on there. Okay, so Alucard always like his voice is so, I don't know, it's like got a gravel softness to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's really good.
I love the cadence of his voice, the dedicated cadence of his voice, because it doesn't change.
Oh, it's so good.
And you would think that would get boring, but it's because I don't know, maybe it's
like how he punctuates too. Like, I don't know. It's like the cadence and the punctuation. His voice is really good. I'm tied between, everybody has such a posh voice. Like all the Belmonts have such a posh voice. I love Richter's voice. I actually love Richter's voice, but I also love Annette's voice. So I'm like, I don't know. I think Richter. I think I like Richter's voice. It's very posh.
Number 1.
I don't know if it's number 1, but if I had to pick between Annette and him, I'm gonna go with Richter because I just enjoy his accent.
Got you. Well,
what about you?
I'm gonna be very predictable. And it's Alucard down, baby. Alucard.
Yeah.
It's not even too much of a competition for me. Now, if we were doing all time, it's Trevor. I don't know what it is, but Trevor, I do know what it is. Let me stop playing.
I love Trevor's voice. It's so cheeky and like he's got that gravel that like he's got that deep. Yeah, it's good.
Like the cockiness is read very easily in his delivery. But at the same time, he's still kind of slick like a marshmallow.
Yeah.
For Sypha,
he has such a warm voice. I love it.
Yeah.
And I like Isaac's voice
watched
too.
That last fight too. Isaac is definitely up there too.
Oh, but oh boy, the other dude. What's the other dude? James. I know the actor who does his voice. I know his face. Was he the other? It was Isaac and another dude.
Forge Master.
The other Forge Master. I loved his voice too. Theo James played him. Yes, I love his
He's
voice.
Actually not coming to me like easily right now. I'm not pulling
I
his
loved
voice
his
back.
voice. Yeah.
Now
So
I gotta go
good.
back and listen.
So
But I do like Annette
good.
too. I will agree with that. I don't really like. I love Doltra's. Dolta's.
Drolta.
Drolta. Listen
Mm-hmm.
to me. I'm over here because in Boruto there's a person named Delta, and I'm over here fusing names. But yeah, Delta. She is her delivery and her
Yeah,
personification of that character is really
sassy.
good. I don't know if her voice stands out for me as
No,
particularly like.
it's cheeky, but it
Yeah, it's
definitely
cheeky,
is
100%.
yeah. No, there's other. I think there's other female voices that I prefer. Ninetale said I'm a Orlox and Dracula girly. Dracula voice eats. Or I mean, it's really hard.
Dracula.
Like his voice is so good.
Wait a minute. Well, we not talking about.
I love
the first one. We talking about.
Oroc's voices too. Every voice is good and like true to the character design. I think that's one of the things with Nocturne that really stands out to me. Is that the voice actors really do match the characters. Yeah.
Well, the animation of their faces is so detailed too, so they got a lot to work with when it comes to like
emoting,
feeling what the character's feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, that is Autumn. I forgot that is her. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
P Valley?
She's the light-skinned girl, Autumn.
I don't watch P Valley like that. I need to.
Oh, okay. She's like the main character, but yes,
I know what P Valley is about. That's why I was shocked. I was like, okay, you better diversify that portfolio.
But to speak to that, Castlevania is produced in America and has, so it is, that just goes to speak to the animation being a little bit more detailed than you typically would get in those elite English voice acting. So, I was like, what kind of mics they use? It just feels like ASMR when you listen to it. So the sound design always eats.
What's Allrock's boyfriend name?
I don't know, but
Yellow Cape.
While I'm thinking about it, before I forget, speaking of him and his boyfriend giving IWTV realness at the end, I just need a whole side story. I just need the adventures of them two.
Because that feels like early Louis down for me.
Yeah, it was very Mignon because you watch Mignon. Mm-hmm. The way he got all swole when he got turned and the cheeks. Mm-hmm. I said, once again, I keep having these moments when I'm watching these shows and I'm just like, who is this for? Because it feels like it's for me. It feels like it's made for me. I don't know if 100%. Everybody gets that feeling when they watch it, but I definitely feel like this show was made for me. So yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there's no aspect about the show that I don't enjoy.
Yeah. So the sound, amazing, 10 out of 10. But so this was kind of a pickup from season 1, where they were creating this army of night creatures. I just love the night creatures. Shout out to them. Like I always love their whatever they be having going on. I be enjoying it.
Yeah, I think a lot of that
night creature thing.
It was Isaac was the anchor for that for me in the beginning, but now that's kind of switched over to her brother,
her friend. Yeah, her brother. Was it her brother?
Was that her? I think it was her brother, right?
Her friend. He was either like a brother or a brother. I know they came from Haiti together to fight, so they were like really close. But yeah,
they might have been just really, really, really good friends. So yeah, it's her friend now for me that's keeping me interested in the night creatures.
Yeah.
Because I did honestly, and I didn't expect it, I did think that little fly creature from the first one that Isaac would always talk to first, the one that like one of the first ones that could actually speak and communicate, because he had like some portion of his memories. I thought he was going to be like what her friend
he ended up being
now.
Like. Yeah. I loved his art.
Ugly though, so I'm glad they gave me a little bit more of a
like,
visually appeasing.
They was demon. Like, if you want people to empathize, you got to make them a little handsome. You know, you can't have them out here just being disgusting,
being a fly,
just ugly. Yeah, they're best friends, right? Yeah, I loved his arc. I wasn't expecting him to have such an arc. I'm not gonna hold you. In season 1, I was a little annoyed. I was like, why y'all gonna keep bringing me down here in this basement with these night creatures, girl? I don't care, girl. I do not care. Okay, and now looking back, I'm like, okay. They had a whole arc. I was not expecting that. So that's why it was a little bit like, girl, why we down here in this basement again with these night creatures, girl? Like, in the Forge Master, like, I was so ready for him to die. So, I mean...
Well, you brought up Forge Masters and night creatures, and there's no better way to segue into my girl.
Your girl.
My girl coming back. I did not think she was, girl. I didn't think that she was coming back.
At first I didn't think it at all. I wasn't expecting it, but when they kept on showing what's her face, we ain't good with names, but they kept showing her mourning over her, like, oh, my Shayla, I was like,
what girl, more do you want from me?
I said, put her in the ground, girl. She's done. She is done. But I was very excited that she came back, and I just love how she just was like, one thing about Drota is she's gonna just roll with the punches to some degree. Like, she has a mission and she don't care. Like, she came back as a night creature, like, bet, this is great. I can go outside now in the daytime. I was really shocked when she came back, and she looked so good. She looked so good.
They did a good job kind of like immediately hammering the fact that she ain't nobody to just play with. Like, I guess because she was a vampire and got turned into it.
Yeah, she was the first, right?
Yeah, some kind of a fortified, just badass version of a, hybrid night creature.
Yeah.
So,
and she almost maintained like all of her essence.
Yeah, even like she didn't hesitate to listen to the Forge Master at all. The abbot, like, straight up came out and told him in the most cunt way, I hope this is not what you think is about to happen. She was like, but that was sweet though.
Right. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. I don't have to obey you. Yeah, that was very interesting. I love that. I hated the Forge Master so much that, yes, I was very excited. I was kicking my feet screaming when she came back. I was very happy about that because Elizabeth was not going to carry it for me. Like,
can we start calling that Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. I think that's her name, Ursabeth, but I be calling her Elizabeth. It's giving white girl realness. So I was like, but yeah, Ursabeth wasn't gonna carry it for me. But now by the end, that fight, getting her to boss battle status to where she was the boss, the final boss. Oh, she ate down. But as a character, I was like not really invested in her.
Yeah, the only thing I was really getting from her character that was like delivering was those facial expressions, bitch.
Oh yeah,
like the one where she was talking to her, the mama vampire.
Mm-hmm.
When she blew that fire in her face, and she was like, "Go collect the abbot for me," and like she zoomed in, she was like this close.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Chilling.
It was like that Attack on Titan face.
Girl, yes, and it was even worse with the abbot. Now that one, when she was like, I can't remember what she said, but she was like, pretty much, you
bring Joel to that.
Yeah, like you wouldn't do it. She was like, you got the means to do it, but you're gonna keep it from me. Bring her back. And that face was command. Now that was Attack on Titan.
That was very
Yelena, or whatever her name was.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh.
No, I enjoyed that. I like her accent too. But yeah, I like seeing the backstory of like how she came to be or whatever. So that was cool. I enjoyed her. I didn't find myself annoyed with her storyline or whatever, but definitely needed Drota. We needed them two together to keep it, interesting. But let's go to who you want to go to? Maria and her mama?
Well, real quick before we jump off of Urzabeth, I was happy that she served the purpose she did. You were being used the entire time. Flawlessly by Joseph. I love that twist.
Yeah, when she took her up and dropped her, after she was like, girl, I'm finna take my stuff back. What a breakup. That was crazy.
Vicious. Cold-blooded.
That was vicious. Yeah.
I want to talk about, what's her name? Maria.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction to Maria when she came into the show?
Oh, I couldn't stand Maria.
I couldn't either.
Season 1, I was like, girl, how old is she? It was definitely giving spoiled brat, Because Richter kind of too. Like, let's really, season 1 Richter was not it.
Yeah, no.
Because they both was kind of
like,
they was both going through their stuff, but they both gave like very spoiled entitled, and the accents weren't helping. So I just, every time Maria was on my screen, I really didn't even remember what she did. Like, I was like, what is her powers again? Didn't even remember. That's how much I glazed over when Maria came on my screen in season 1. And I just remember her being whiny, like very whiny. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, once I got into her story and I like started to actually sympathize with, you know, the ongoings, like with the Abbott and her mom and everything.
Yeah, by the end.
Like, I definitely started to get more into it, and she definitely got me more on her side with her ability in that final fight.
Or on season 1?
The final fight on season 1, yeah. Because I mean, I thought it was cute, you know, I guess.
Right.
You can control these, you know,
it's like,
spiritual
so
animals or whatever. Yeah, but I was like, where is this gonna go?
It was very
exactly.
Like, what is this? This is cute. Like, girl, is this it?
But got gagged, and we talked about it briefly in that last stream. Got fully gagged, and
that was not.
I don't know. I just really like her progression and the mystery of it all, because even now I still don't know where her story is going to go, considering where her mom in that whole storyline.
Which, I'm actually, out of all the storylines, which I think they've done a good job of telling you where you're supposed to be emotionally invested from here. Like, I feel like they've done a good job with it. Like, clearly Maria and her mom are the next progresses the storyline. Whatever they got going. Old man Coyote, Maria and her mom definitely seem to progress the story forward from here, and I'm all here for it now. I'm like completely locked into their story after this season. But I love her coming of age, I guess is what we could call her arc. Basically, by the time she hopped on that bird and that hair fell loose, your girl was locked in. From there, Maria, because at this point we just hear Maria whine, and she's talking to her mom, and she's like going through her emotions about her daddy being ain't shit. I get it, girl, blah blah blah. But I was kind of like over it, like, okay, so we gonna fuck this nigga up or what? Cause
and quiet as it's kept, I'm glad she turned him into charcoal.
I was so glad she didn't stop. I was so glad she did not stop. But yeah, when she hopped on that bird, because it was like, I'm done talking. They turned over, she was gone. I was like, thank you, because there's nothing else to talk about at this point. But I was kind of annoyed when the old man Belmont, I'm calling him old man Belmont, or what's his name? Something
Juicy Smollett.
I'm about to stop. No, don't kill him. I was so glad she roasted him.
Yeah,
I was so glad.
I mean, she needed that power up anyway to be even slightly considered for that final fight, so she needed that development bad.
Yeah, she needed, because when she brought the dragon out, I was just like, oh,
all of her creatures though.
All them creatures that came out. I like
the dark versions better.
You're a dark theme person, ain't you? I know your Google on dark theme.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's like right now it's like a purpley, starry, dark type of situation.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it was cute. No, that whole scene with her killing just going off in the church was amazing. And then we met old man Coyote for the first time, which hold
on, wait. But before we get to Coyote, did she not piss you off when Juice came in and saved her from that dragon turning his back on her, and she was like, I could have had it? Did you not see how you were pissing nervous. Your clothes?
I was actually very nervous in that moment. I'm not gonna hold you that I was gonna hate Maria. She hopped on the bird. She was about her business. And then I thought, are we gonna go back? Like, are we gonna go back to her just being a whiny? Is the rest of the season gonna be Maria now whining about her mom running away and her dad being dead, and just like, I get it, but I was really nervous.
Damn, girl, those are really valid points to be upset. Oh, did your dad die? Did you kill him yourself?
But did you die though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was cool with her wrestling with her emotions and stuff, but I just didn't want it to be it for her, because I wasn't sure they was gonna rally again at the end, which I was glad they all rallied again for that final fight, because I was like, please don't let this be it for Maria this season. She kills her dad and we just don't see nothing else from her the rest of the season, and it's just like shots of her, Juice, and Alucard talking and her whining. Like, I was like, please don't let this be how her arc ends this season.
I mean, but they did keep it like that until like the very end. Like they really,
Right.
I was shocked that they really kept them separate, like almost the entire season.
Right. Yeah. So I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna hold you. I was nervous about that, but they, it came together in the end. So I was very satisfied with it. What about you? Like, what do you feel about her whole arc? Like, were you kind of locked in the whole time? Because I was definitely annoyed between.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like I didn't like kind of the same stuff you didn't like. Her voice, she felt whiny. I did not enjoy her character design. It felt odd to me that she had such a bright kind of cutesy situation in such a badass, edgy type of a show. So I was like, who is this bubblegum character? With
but that is so real for the video games, because as much as I hate her ass, I would play her. I'm not gonna hold you. That's why I was like, she's definitely designed for the people like me. Y'all know in them classic video games, like even in Secret of Mana, you always got some random blonde girl with pink on.
I mean, but it took me, like, as I progressed in the episodes, that I started to warm up more and more to it. Now I kind of love it, like
the Parisian kind of clothes.
I do want her to keep her hair out that ponytail though. Now that I know she got volume,
right?
I kind of want her to keep it out that ponytail.
I mean, I found out a spoiler about it later because I didn't play the game, so I didn't know nothing about the story. I was like, oh, it's based off video. I didn't know the arcs was actually following the game, so I also ran up on a spoiler about later on. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
I stopped myself from watching one video because after you mentioned she was in the games, I went to watch a video about it, and number one, I knew she was well, not her. I'm thinking of Annette.
You thinking of Annette was blonde.
Annette was well, she had green hair, right? Or was that?
It looked like very washed out blonde or greenish. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm thinking of Annette. So never mind.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm not completely opposed to what I found out, but I just need to see how it goes. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, heard. I don't know many spoilers about Castlevania at all, so I'm genuinely on the ride without knowing.
But it seemed like Old Man Coyote is like with her mom. Is that what's happening? Is the mom or her? Is it?
Seems like it. Oh, okay, maybe I lied. I do know about Old Man Coyote from that video.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. What's the deal with him though?
Yeah. I think he's like he's more so but I mean even Ulrox, I mean I think he called him Mephistopheles or something like that.
Oh, it's Mephisto almost.
So
like the Marvel Universe Mephisto.
Right. Yeah, I think he's just like Slick the devil.
Right.
Yeah. And he's like manipulation and trickery and stuff like that. So I think he's gonna really play a big part as far as like twisting like the mom, the vampire
she
mom.
Is like actually,
honestly,
she's actually more dangerous than anybody is actually seemed to be concerned about.
True, because she does her magic. Yeah. And on top of that, I feel like it's not just her. I think it's the undead in general. So I think anybody that's a vampire is somebody to be concerned about. So like Ulrox and his boyfriend, like
it seems like it corrupts them. Just being in this universe, it seems like being a vampire seems to just inherently corrupt you. Despite your nature not as a vampire. It's almost like if you're a vampire, you're gonna get twisted. Like you're gonna end up being dark to some degree.
Yeah, so I was thinking that was a spoiler, but no, Ulrox kind of actually said, and that's kind of the extent I know, is that he is involved in a lot of manipulation and trickery and stuff like that. But this is conjecture. This is not me knowing anything. Maria almost got turned into a vampire. Like she was about to make that plunge.
Ooh, that would have been crazy.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm not really ruling it out because she's not detached from her mom. You know what I mean?
She's not detached from her mom. And I mean, knowing what I know, I can see it. But I can see why it wouldn't happen now. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want her whiny ass as a vampire stuck in perpetuity at this age. We already see how Claudia went, girl. I think she's like 17. I think she's like 17 though, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, wait. I had a question because I don't know their relation. Are they cousins? Are her and Richter cousins? Like, are they?
Don't even, girl. I thought Annette and her friend were brothers. I don't know.
Cause like the mama basically looked like Cypher. If anybody's in the chat and y'all know, like who was who, I'd be scared to go. I can't Google stuff no more. You can't even just go Google, so I can't go look this up because you know
I don't think so. Maybe
they cousins. They do the magic like
maybe they cousins.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm not your granddaddy. Juice said that. He's like, I'm not your granddaddy, but you still. So I'm like, are they from her? Oh, from Blunt old girl side of the family? Because they do magic. Like,
I'm gonna have to rewatch. I feel like that is, or she just from that Coven in that first season.
Right, it definitely. I'm gonna go back. I can't Google it, but
yeah, I don't want to
because she reminds me of her. So I'm like, y'all, they some magic practitioners. They play cousins, and they mamas was friends. Thank you.
Okay. There you go.
Not they play cousins.
Thank you, Ninetail.
Because she kind of seemed like she liked Richter in season.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to believe that, because it definitely felt like there was a little bit of even though it's not like crazy heavy.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was keeping it.
Some leanings towards it.
Okay, especially at the end of the season, it kind of was like I was peeping that energy, and I was like, "Am I just being weird?" Because I'm definitely feeling like there's some tension here.
Right, and he's basically not drop a bad bitch for
right, because it basically felt like when she said, "Are you gonna stay?" The way he responded to it, it kind of felt like it was some tension there of like, let me break
and that he was going.
I'm not into you. Yeah, so it felt. I felt that, and I was like, "Am I just being weird? Am I shipping people?" I don't ship them, but whatever. Anyway, speaking of our girl Annette. Is that before I'm gonna make sure before we roll over, because we was talking about Annette in the game was a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
That was Richter's girlfriend in the game. You know, she was pretty much a damsel in distress in the game. They said she wasn't fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And so here, answer this, back. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with Annette not fighting and them taking the turn that they did in this show, that's amazing. That's really great, because I don't want you gotta fight for your place.
Now this is how you redo a character for me. I know, like, we had a show a while back, a long time ago, called "Is Anime Going Too Woke?" And I think we talked about needing to see Black characters in anime and stuff like that. I think it's appropriate here just because Castlevania, well, this anime is made in America, I'm pretty sure, because I think we talked about it back then. But I like that they redid her, and I like that it wasn't just a reskin. I like that they didn't just make her Black but then do the same stuff the other one did, because you really could have left her the same. I just love everything about how they chose to handle Annette. Like, and I love that she got her time this season. Like, I just loved her whole journey.
I want to believe that some studios, because not everybody, some people are still, I would want to say, purposely missing the point. But there are still some studios and some showrunners that understand that if you're going to make a character Black, there needs to be a reason behind it. It needs to inform the character. It needs to be baked into the character of that person, because you just reskinning a character, and if you take away their Blackness from the visual and it's the same story, you can
make it make sense. Because why would this a Black girl even be in Paris or wherever the hell they at? Europe,
right?
They in Europe somewhere. So why would this Black girl? That would have pissed me off. Like, if she would have just been like a Black girl just in Europe in, like, what year is it? Like fucking French Revolution. Like, girl, why is she here?
Right.
But a Haitian moving
around so freely.
But a Haitian coming to square up with the French makes a lot of sense. I love it. I absolutely love that they did their homework. You know what I'm saying? And then just like,
Now, my only thing is, yes, I understand in the plot of everything that she was really powerful. I understand that she definitely provided a very necessary nerf to Elsbeth in her ultimate form. But I'm sorry, but she just came off so weak to me in that final fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. If
they had to find a way to make her the damsel again. They had to find a way.
It was that, because like you standing there with your hand out, 75% of that fight did absolutely
They
nothing
had
for
to nerf
me.
her.
But
They
for her
had to
to
nerf.
look so amazing though, like the hair, the style, the styling, like
She was in her
how her
soft
face
girl
looked when she
era.
transformed. I don't know. I thought that was a little disappointing.
It was, and that's why when we finished it, I was like, let me go look up her story, because I know Isaac actually was also a rework from the original game. He was not black either, right? So then when I saw that, I was like, let me go see the tea about Annette, because what was going on, like you said, it was like we went through all this. She got out, she's power, she whooping ass the whole show, and then she gets nerfed in the fight, plot device or whatever. But yeah, it makes more sense knowing that the role that Richter's girlfriend always seemed to play in the game was a damsel in distress. So I'm like, okay, I guess her being a damsel must be very important to his awakening in some way, that it was hard to let that go, because I do feel like that last that because I wasn't really a Richter girly, like as far as like, oh, I'm so excited to watch him fight. I love watching any Belmont fight, but he was pretty weak in season 1, and he didn't even know he could do magic. So, he's kind of been building up to this point, and then that final fight when he had to protect her, he really locked in, and we got one of the best, like that whole run with him and Alucard fighting Drota when he was in I gotta protect my girl mode. It kind of ate. It low key kind of ate. So it felt like it must have been inherent to his plot furtherance, I guess. I don't know. In some way. I don't know.
Yeah, true. And I do love those frames of him just doing the stare when he's really locked in. He's like, nasty. I'm about to give it to you in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are epic.
I thought about Ichigo and Aizen.
I thought about Yuji in the snow. That Yuji in the snow shot of him. Yeah. Where it's just like, you played with me way too long, and now I'm about to get mine.
The way he was just not playing, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, I do agree. I actually got emotional on her spiritual journey part. Like when she was in the spirit world, when she was coming back out, like after she had conquered or fighting whatever that thing was, and she was like coming back, and they were like all throwing her back. It was so cute. I just love that whole thing. Her whole story, it was very like emotional. I don't know. I know a little bit about the spirituality and stuff that they're referencing in the show, and I just like, this is so good. It's eating right now. Like, it's really eating. Like, it was so good. Like, I don't know if you've never heard of that stuff, you might just be like, they're just making all this shit up. But no, they really ate. Like, somebody did their homework. It was so good.
It definitely tugged at the fees.
Yeah.
I don't know. A part of me just wishes that she could have stood alone a little bit more. That's all. I think that's the only thing I would have changed. Just she had more of a impact on the battlefield besides just, allowing them to actually be able to hurt her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you can feel that in the original story, she had no place. I think in that fight, that's when I kind of started to pick up and like, okay, let me go see. That's what I mean. Because I could feel that, okay, there's something going on here where she doesn't have a place in this fight, and they had to find a way to keep her in the show, because we'll be like, where is she at? But then they had to take her out of the fight. Like, it definitely was heavy on that. Like, I could feel that too. Like, okay, she definitely ain't supposed to be in this fight, because what the fuck, girl? What is going on? Like, what is this? So yeah, I do agree. That is my same critique. But I hate a damsel in distress anyway, so
yeah, no more Princess Peaches.
Yeah, but anyway,
and I love just seeing Richter and Annette just in their little slice of life moments, like touching hands.
I was kicking my feet giggling. They were so cute.
Because Richter's about it. Richter was down. He just was rolling with the flow. Like, he touched the hand and he got a little blushed, and then he was like, yada yada. And she was always the one running away.
Yeah, they were so adorable when they were fighting, touch hands, they were so cute. Alucard's little Uncle Alucard speech, old man boomer speeches to Richter were great. I think he needed that when he was telling him that. Yeah.
And also, let me give you your props too, because you brought this up when we first talked about it. You was like, what's going on with Alucard. Like, why he look like a piece of paper? And I don't know if it was just because
why he look like a piece of I was like,
I don't know
is
if
he
that was
whiter?
the exact wording. Yeah, but I guess I was just so happy to see him back, and that he was always so beautiful to me anyway.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that you were completely right. Like, he was way more warm in the face. His hair had a little bit more blondness to it, and
he is white, honey.
He is like stark. Like they turned the contrast all the way off.
The sliders are up.
Yeah, like but at the same time, it just adds. I think that's why, because I feel like before he was beautiful to me, but now he's like beautiful in a more mystical way.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a divine being now.
Yeah, and I was thinking it was like it's been 300 years since we saw him, so I'm
Which
thinking
is
like
crazy.
maybe just like the human side of him maybe has like slowly died off over time, and so
because he would have white
part
hair as a human. Like the white hair made sense because I'm like he would be old, you know, even though he ages slower. Like he would have white hair. He'd be an old man as a human. So the white hair made sense to me. And I guess the paler skin also as his human side got old and died off. So, but I mean, he eats. I think it's also closer to the original game design as well. So they had it. They were trying to get him closer to the game design, which is more. This is more what he looked like then. And Ninetales said, I disagree because being able to host a part of a goddess soul and not die like the other speaks to her strength. We saw her draw. That's true. Yeah, yes, that's a good point.
I should say visually. You know what I mean?
Visually, you wanted to see her more.
Yeah, because like the concept of what she's doing is absolutely powerful. Like not debating that. Like, yeah, she I think she passed her limit for even hosting that body thanks to Richter and the ice and all that stuff. So what she was doing, the ability to pin down Urzabet in a space or like even make her slightly mortal for them to be able to attack is a amazing feat that nobody could have done without her. So like all the flowers and all the kudos to what she did. For me, I just wanted to see more.
Just wanted her fighting with the team because I think they gave us her fighting that beast because I think they knew that like I think they knew that you like somebody in the room said what you said because I think that's why they gave us her fighting for her life in that other realm with that beast because I think people are like she be throwing hands and we want to see her doing that while the big fight is going down. So I think that's how they try to appease that side of like her fighting this fight for her life in that other realm. But it would have been cool. See, I can understand what you're saying though, because for me, there's nothing like seeing a team fight in unison and synchronized.
Especially
and I just would have loved, I would have loved to see like how Annette blended in with all the other people. So I see what you mean. Like
that's exactly what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. But also, that's my one complaint for this show, this series. So if that's my one complaint, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
And move the hell on.
So yes, Alucard was looking like a god. I still love his design. I love everything about him. I love seeing him fight. I love seeing him lock in because he's so chill. When he used his what was his bloodlust? Loved it. I was like, this man literally just made a fireball come out of his cape. So we just blowing past it.
He's pretty much like coming more into his dad's abilities and stuff. Yeah, because his dad was doing some crazy shit too. Yeah. So it's only natural that he would have some of those same abilities, and it makes sense too. They will come on like because his dad lived a lot longer than him, and also was full-blooded vampire. So it was definitely good seeing like how much he's grown versus just floating his sword around, which is still an amazing party trick.
OP ability.
Yes. I love it. It's gotten him out of a couple of sticky situations too. I still got hate in my heart for them twins. Y'all could have provided him with all the love he ever needed.
Get over
wasted opportunity.
Our Pookie Bear never gets anybody.
Couldn't have been me.
He never gets to be. When does he get to be? He's. Anyway, we're not gonna
give him his things. Give him his things. If he passes away before I see him truly happy.
You're gonna be upset.
And happy for me, not even happy for him, because he's probably happy right now, whatever, just living and protecting people. I want to see him happy, my version of happy.
Your version of happy. Right. Maybe we'll get that. We'll get that. I hope they renew for another season, so we do get to get into the further story.
If this show does not have at least 4 seasons behind it,
we need it.
At least
we need it.
Yeah.
Well, they said you got to go rate it so that we keep getting the scenes. So we were talking about Alucard showing up, his appearance, him looking like a divine being now.
A fucking beautiful ass summon.
Yeah, that's basically what he looks like. But yeah, I mean, most of the time it was a build up to them with this final fight, and that was the big thing we were building up to, and we were talking about Annette's role in the final fight. So let's just go through the final fight and who were your standouts or your standout moments in all of the fights, because we had Orox doing the full Maleficent dragon mode, beating Drota ass. We had Alucard and Drota solo fighting each other. We had the whole when the team linked up. It was great. Team Avatar energy. It was great. I don't know. What was one of the highlights for you?
A part of it being my highlight is because of another content creator I follow that does like commentary or play-by-plays during action
scenes.
Yeah,
is it the guy who does him? All the yells?
Yeah.
Like
he's
counter,
like, counter.
Oh my god, I love
Kool-Aid breathing.
I love this video.
So he did one to the final scene
when
where
Richter
got the sword. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fighting Drota and got the sword, and while he's doing all of this, he's doing the fucking prayer. And his timing is so perfect with the slash down. Anyway, I really loved honestly that last part because Richter was really in his bag. It was quite vicious. And I love the parallels too between him and like Trunks. In Dragon Ball Z, slice and Frieza up, as well as Zamasu.
Ooh, them frames was nasty. Oh, when he sliced her and she's just looking, and then we got the viewpoint of Drota looking at Richter, and then the screen just. I was like,
very Dragon Ball Z. It felt like, but amazingly done. And just the intensity of the animation, like I just love it so much. So honestly, that whole last section was one of my favorites, and the other one was I love seeing them, combine their abilities,
when like firepower. Jumping somebody, when you talking about getting jumped, they was on her neck.
Castlevania do it to you.
They be jumping people in Castlevania. Like I forgot. There's always this moment in every season of Castlevania where I be like, they are whooping their ass. Like I always have that one moment. In Castlevania, every season has that moment where they are whooping, they are beating the enemy's ass. Like and we talk about that with solo leveling, how Sun Jin Woo don't hesitate. They be spamming abilities in Castlevania.
Yeah, because it's always awkward for me, like with Dragon Ball Z specifically, like this whole
stand around
strange ass rule of 1-on-1. Yeah, you just wait until the next person get defeated, and keep in mind, y'all sent y'all strongest person out first, and he got defeated. So now what y'all
just trickling, like in Overwatch when y'all trickle out spawn instead of just regrouping and fight together.
Right.
Like
everybody, stay in the damn base. Stay in the base.
Okay, now you're up. Like, but that's what I love about Castle. They be whooping people ass, and they be spamming abilities. Like once Richter realized he could use magic, he ain't stopped using magic since. He don't keep magic in his pocket. Sharp. Yeah, and that fight where they were jumping her, the way they was throwing everything at her without hesitation, the way that dragon was working, like the dragon was on the roster.
Yeah, the dragon was definitely trying to become part of the team long term.
I expect to see the dragon just walking around with them. My worth. I expect the dragon to be walking around with them having conversations in the next season. I mean, the way that dragon was in the last fight, I mean, in essence. And that I think was one of the highlights for me of the fight. Like, I've never seen a dragon used like it.
Yeah, me neither. I've never seen a dragon throw hands. Like, legit.
Like, she was almost like remote controlling the dragon with herself.
Yeah, and that's why I like, because I would like to see a lot more of her beasts just out too, but it probably takes a shit ton out of her, especially fucking a dragon and keeping it under control. And also a little disappointed that the dragon's design didn't change, because we saw pretty much all the light versions, I'll call them light, the light versions of her birds and her wolves and stuff like that. And then we saw them turn into the evil versions. But the dragon got introduced in the dark version. So when she got back control of her abilities, I was excited to see what the dragon was going to look like in the light version. He was just blue. Nothing changed about him.
But he was just blue. He was just that light blue color.
But that's darker. What I'm saying. He was like was he darker? But still, like darker. The design of every other animal drastically changed.
No, that was so like it's a dragon, bitch. It's a dragon. It's a dragon, and this dragon. See how much that dragon.
Imagine how much that dragon had
to move. They was like, we're just gonna skin this dragon blue because this dragon's gonna be boxing, bitch.
Yeah. No. I would have loved the extra sugar of just seeing how ornate or how mystical it would have looked. In the light version.
Yeah, I did expect some like you trying to get like Pokemon energy, like legendary Pokemon.
I mean, just you set the precedent. You didn't have to change the look of the other beasts, so don't be mad at me because I'm expecting you to continue.
Well, I could have got some sparkles or something, a little yellow aura,
a little feather,
little aura,
put some fur on it,
particles. Yeah. Juice just kept using his magic one. Yeah, once Juice was like, "Yep, got my magic bag." I just love seeing how they really throw everything at people. They be coming up with everything to damage people. I'm talking about when they threw her on the ground, he put spikes up. I mean, they just be doing stuff.
Yeah, there was some great utilization of it. I'm not gonna lie to you though. A part of me felt a little. Maybe I'm finding more things to be nitpicky about as we talk about because it is so great, and I do want to have like something constructive to say. Juice being the elder of the Belmonts, and like really having that experience with battling and everything, and he's just he's one of those calm characters that just like Kisuke from Bleach. He just has that confidence and intimidation about him, even being so nice and cheery. So when he really was getting active, I don't know. I just expect to see some like god tier type feats coming out of his magic, which he did some in that big ass ice spear pillar thing, which is great. Like, but I just wanted to see a little bit more like drama from his specific utilization because he was
they definitely had to remind us who was the main characters in that.
Yeah, Richter
like, just so y'all remember, we gonna nerf everybody so y'all know the hierarchy of these characters. But that's what it was like clear to me after this that Maria is obviously main character energy. I mean, to me, because she's the only other one who used her abilities like a main character in that final fight in Alucard. Them three. Will we see Richter again though? I guess. I feel like we might not see that little nigga no more. You think we gonna see Richter again?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, him and Annette then rolled off into the sunset. They gonna be smashing. I mean, they probably gonna have a kid or something. But I'm like,
I thought the same thing with Trevor and Cypher when they took off,
and we never saw them again.
Episode. No, they was back the next episode.
But after the last season,
the new season. No, because once they separated from Alucard, I thought the story was going to focus more on Alucard.
But I guess they'll pull
that new season came back and they pull right back up.
So I hope they do the same thing. I don't want to because I definitely see it going towards Maria's story, but I definitely, if her mama go crazy, which seems what's gonna happen, and her mama turn up and lead a dark army or whatever, yes, of course Richter's gonna pull up to help his play cousin. So I guess
that's I want to see more. He's gonna pull up because with the vampires that they have in that area, they Juice, Alucard, and about to call her Emily. I might as well start.
There you go, Emily.
Maria. I don't think that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, that's not.
All Rocks already. We have not seen All Rocks really against the ropes, and he jumped in and really was also providing that handicap to Drolta too. So I think they're gonna need the firepower. I can't see them taking Annette and Richter off the bench.
No, I hope not. No, I don't want it to just be like we hear about them. I do think we might go a bit of the season without them, and then they'll pull up halfway.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can see them making a reappearance halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through. But what I want to see is, I know you mentioned we got Annette in the battle with that little chimera thing in the Black Panther world, and
Ancestor plane.
And we got her hosting the god's spirit. But we've seen almost every other character push their specific innate abilities to the limit. And we haven't seen that with Annette.
Yeah, because what is she about to be doing now that she's been able to do that? I mean, I know the goddess power went back, but like, yeah, that'd be interesting to see how her power.
That's what I want from her. That's what I'm interested in seeing from her, like how she pushes her abilities to the max and what she can do. Because I kind of got that answer from everybody else.
Ooh, that baby gonna be OP. Took long enough for a little melanin to enter the Belmont bloodline. That baby gonna be strong as fuck.
Ooh, little light skinned Belmont.
Little light skinned Belmont. Then they got magic. Now they got Annette powers too. They're gonna be able to tap into the ancestor plane.
Can you imagine if Sypha had some kind of metal bending ability?
You know what I would love to see if we get to see their child. Like, I want to see them go to the ancestor plane and be talking to Trevor in them. That'll be cute. Because that wasn't in the game. They've basically introduced a whole nother magical power set and abilities. And how is that going to affect everything? Because now I would assume their child would get, Annette's power. The crocodile goddess from Moon Knight. Y'all, that was
that is.
Who the one should get? Because we didn't play the games now. You're going to have to tell us. Feel free to tell us, but I didn't play the game, so I don't know.
Yeah,
and you don't want to know You don't want to know spoilers.
I don't want to know, like, crazy spoilers. Like, if this is a one-off spoiler.
Is this somebody they fight or something later? You can tell us. But, I got one spoiler, and I'm here for it. But I do want to see how it develops. I want to see how it develops, because I might have.
Now, I know a plot point of the games. Yeah. I'm curious to see if they continue, because I feel like we should leave that chapter alone.
But they've also been changing stuff, so I do wonder, like, how much are they going to change, too? Because they're making characters black that weren't black and adding powers that weren't in the game.
I'm just about to text you a name to see if this spoiler.
Okay.
That's all. Just because in case you don't know, that's all I want to say.
Okay. My husband got my phone.
Oh, dang.
He's on the phone. You should have just put it in the back chat, silly. Put it in the private chat.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm very excited to see how it develops. I like a little slice of life moments, and I like romance too. So I'm just glad. That always helps me. Like, I started an anime called Honey Lemon Soda, and I dropped it because it's high school, and I just like seeing these grown folks go through battles and have romance. Like, I hate when shows make it be like it can only be one or the other, or they go full action and have romance, but they don't give you the romance. Bleach. I mean, because it's annoying. So I just like that they do it so well, where it's like we're a couple and we fight and we be beating ass and we be kissing sometimes and we be smashing and we be having kids. Like, I just love that they like keep the fullness of it, but they don't let it derail. Yes, I do know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's something that I heard.
And you know how that happens?
No. I feel like I know who's involved. I just don't know technically how everything takes place.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. But yeah, Amit. Okay, got you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that's the one that devours the souls and the unbalanced scales. Yeah, and I don't be knowing my Egyptian guys like that. I said, boy, if y'all pop quiz me after this season, I feel.
I've never been like real keen on mythology and all that other type.
But I know they was eating with all of even just Annette's powers. I'm not as familiar with the Egyptian peoples, but her gods and goddesses and stuff, they be eating. Even design.
But I was expecting Papa Legba to be a little bit more than freaking Heimdall. Ain't that how you say his name? The gatekeeper for Thor.
Yeah,
they kind of treated him like, I know, but I just expected him to be.
That's what gatekeepers do. They be pulling up on you, walking you to doors.
I don't know. I just from the other sources of shows. Like I said, I don't know like these histories that
Right.
deep, like that. So like in other shows that he's more involved in, he just seems more like powerful or more of a figure. So when I heard his name, I thought, oh, what is he?
Like, he finna eat the girls up. I did think when I would watch her powers, I would just think like how annoying having her powers would be. Like,
why?
Not annoying, but like just very distracting. Like, she just be outside and they just be around looking at her and she can't say nothing. Like when they was on the boat and they was like, "Do you see the people?" And she was like, "Yeah, they just be outside, like just looking at her, following her around. They don't talk, like all that."
Yeah,
just like
I don't want to be
powers.
taking a shower and there's like somebody literally in the back of the shower just standing there the entire time.
And I just love that her and Richter actually had that conversation in the show because he was like, "Girl, I would not want that power. Like my ancestors just watching me smash. Like, nah, I'm good." Like, I love it.
So they around us all the time?
That's what he was like. Because I'm trying to smash and I'm just trying to see, like, are they gonna be watching? Or,
I mean, because they can. Do you have a problem with it?
like,
I don't know. I'm not the one saying.
We know Richter had a one-track mind. I already knew why he was asking all them questions. I said, "Okay, Richter, I see you on Demon Time. Okay, whatever." But I just love their relationship. I love that we got the payoff. So that shout out to them for always giving us romantic payoff. I will say, without doing too much, we always get our payoff in the show, and I just love that because they didn't have to give us none of that boat scene. They didn't have to give us none of that. And then,
that's true. Yeah,
they really just could have like, "Oh, we on bye, watch the boat sail." We didn't have to get none of that, but they always give the girls what we want. Mm-hmm. That was for me.
And the attention to detail in that scene. That's all I'll say.
Now say more. Look, now say more. What details?
And them sitting on that bed.
You was like, why the line art just got way more detail?
The line art like went crazy.
I was like, I feel like there's way more cuts than there was when this man was fighting.
It's the results of hard work. That was his reward for saving the world.
He got extra muscles.
2 points on the sexy scale.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually interesting. Did you? Because you noticed that too, right?
What?
Because I feel like, like that ending line art, like even the way they did Annette, because I love that. That's one thing I will point out outside of Richter being yassified for his moment. But Annette, she's such a warrior and she fights so much that the way they like softened her up, it seemed like for that last little, like, we ain't fighting no more, it's our off day. I thought it was cute. I just a little nod. Like they really somehow softened her to make this feel not awkward. I don't know. It was something about the line art that they really just like ate right there. I don't know.
No, I can agree because it was definitely a difference between how Richter looked versus how she looked. Because you're right, she was definitely very soft with her little
traditional Haitian little outfit on.
Yeah, really cute. Yeah. And yeah, she was drawn really softly too. So I don't know, maybe you could look into something like that. But I feel like just because her friend, the night creature, because he probably is also susceptible to Old Man Coyote. Because I think I'm just assuming. I think he just is the undead in general, like the powers of darkness he has influence over. So I feel like once he becomes a real victim of the circumstances, she's gonna come back into the fold, and she's not gonna go nowhere without without Richter. So
Richter ain't letting her.
I see them coming back.
Yeah, they're gonna come back. I definitely think they'll be missing the first half, and we may see them where they yet or something. Maybe they'll do something where like the crew is split up, kind of how they were this season. Like, we'll see.
They on their little cottage, growing pumpkins and
chilling and shit.
Enjoy the peace.
We're gonna get definitely a village scene with them playing with the kids. Richter gonna be playing with the kids, and she gonna be talking to her cousin, brother, friend. So
he gonna be making snow cones with his ice magic.
Right, we definitely gonna get that, like that Avatar scene where Aang was just like playing with the kids and he was like going around on the little thing. We're definitely gonna get that scene. We're definitely getting that. If I had to put that on a bingo card, it would definitely be on there. So yeah. What else? Anything else? Anybody else that I feel like we covered everybody besides Orox, but
let's touch on him too. Because what do you think I want him to be a good guy so bad. Like sometimes like I really
Mm,
get hung up on
he's kind of like that
the bad character's
Loki.
rehabilitation,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So like I really was hoping to get that, but at the same time at the end I do like that they left it to like we gonna team up right now, but the next time I see you, we squabbling up.
You getting these hands. Which
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna keep on doing that thing because it's definitely giving like Vegeta and Goku.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely giving like because for a long time Vegeta was like nobody gets to kill you but me. He would definitely say that like every fight.
Yeah,
So it's
but the
definitely
simple
giving
fact
that.
that but the fact that you genuinely, traumatized me and killed my mama, like I definitely want to make sure I follow up with making sure you
But
see
at the same time,
the end of
he
your
said
time.
that his family it was a payback. It was a lit back.
That ain't got nothing to do with
But
me.
maybe because depending on who they said who they killed, his lover, his bae.
I can't. Oh no, I can't remember. I think it probably was somebody that he loved or something.
Yeah, because I feel like now Richter being in love and having somebody he would do anything for.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they gonna just have they come to Jesus moment where he's like, okay, so if somebody lay hands on the neck and kill her, you wouldn't pull up on them,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd be like, you right, and then they're gonna be like, you know what, let's squash it. I feel like they're just gonna have them. I feel like they one conversation away.
I'm just saying, if I was Richter and I had a sense that I was getting more powerful than Orox, it would be one of them things where I feel
But
you,
he
bro.
ain't
I
really
do. I
even
feel you.
came for your ass ever.
I
And he
know. I know
saved
he has.
you.
I know.
And your
I
girl.
know. I know. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just
And if your
saying.
mama then was messing around with his bae, his boo thing, don't be sitting over here acting like you went torch the whole town if they hurting it. Don't be doing that.
All I'm saying is that I would fully agree with him, right? This is how I legitimately would have the most understanding face when he presents this argument, and I'd be like, you know what, you're right. You're right. I would go ham. I would crash out over mine. Now, you just so happen to have the unfortunate luck to have the person that destroyed your family related to me. So yes, I would crash out, and I'm going to crash out now. But I wanted you to know that I understand where you're coming from and that I forgive you. But I'm still going.
And they're gonna talk him down because she's gonna be like, this is gonna be endless cycle. You kill him, now his whatever is gonna come. It's gonna be an endless cycle.
I'll take Light Bright out too.
Instead of we gonna kill everybody. We're gonna
I'll go take him out too. I'll end the cycle.
But honestly speaking, I don't even think it's gonna come to that because I think his boyfriend is gonna fuck him up or something.
Oh, do you like evil?
Yeah.
Like betrayal?
Yeah, I think he gonna. Yeah, I think
now
he gonna.
I know
kill
I just said all that about Orox, but that was if I was Richter. Now,
right.
as
I think
as
old
a
boy
viewer,
gonna kill him.
I want Orox to get very soft. I want him to be
soft life. You want to go
the
Louis?
softest of the soft. Yeah, and I want that also to potentially be his undoing, but I want him to stay.
I think that's gonna be his undoing. I think because they kind of gave we assuming that they smashed when he walked over to the bed. Because we got that scene where he turned him, he got up, he was standing in standing in shadow, and he was extra swole. Yeah, and right, and he went over to the bed, and Ross was just kind of looking at him like, "Come on, I know you mad. Go ahead and take it out on me." But we don't actually know what happened. Like that's all we saw. We don't
face down in a coffin, reading a
right.
book. That's what happened.
Now, I don't think he's going to be murdered in this moment, but I do think that there is I think it's giving us kind of insight into he's going to not be able to accept being a vampire. I feel like they're going to go through this thing kind of like how Louis struggled with it. Like he's going to be a raged out vampire because he would never have wanted that for himself. And I 100%. Think he's not going to be able to
his whole character profile gives me conflict with this.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be
if they keep the same memories, like the way the mom kept all of her memories. There was unless they just skipped a little bit of time and we didn't get to see her really coming to grips with her transformation. But she seemed to be locked in very early. So if he's the same and he has all of who he is, but just with the hunger,
yeah,
it's going to be difficult for him.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Oroch's undoing. Like they probably kill each other in a battle, or he'll be trying to stop him from doing something, or they'll just do the tragic lovers dying in each other's arm kind of thing.
Old Man Coyote pits him against.
Old Man Coyote gets him, because I mean, even the point that he immediately came to him and he was like, "Not this one." I feel like that's giving us like he gonna be like, "I ain't forgot about you."
That was a good scene.
Yeah,
that was a good scene.
Yeah, or them two gonna link up. I feel like him and Maria Mama. Them two together, I don't know. Somehow, I think
I'm not as much concerned about Black Bright, just because like he was just a monk. Like now you just a vampire. So maybe his emotional tie to Ulrich is going to be the thing, because like just him as a battle force is not. They'll seem that intimidating. Granted, I have never seen him fight as a vampire, but that's just like
I don't think blow for blow he'll kill him. I think, like you said, it'll be like Rock's going soft and just not being able to some
type of emotional.
Yeah, not being able to hurt him, right? Like I don't want to hurt you because I love you, and that being his undoing. Like he definitely would let him kill him or something like that.
Especially now that he thinks he has him for eternity, having that idea snatched away is gonna be tough.
Yeah. So I feel like that's gonna be his end. I actually don't think it'll be Richter at all. I think it'll.
And I guess which will fit for this whole forgiveness thing.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much everybody. 10 out of 10. If you haven't watched Castlevania, if you haven't watched the first season, I don't know what's wrong with you. Watch those first, then watch these. Give it double thumbs up on Netflix so we can get season 3. Because if XO Kitty got another season, bitch, like that girl said on TikTok, this can get another season. Because some of the shows they be choosing to renew, I'd be like, there are shows I've never heard of on Netflix that's on season 6, and I'd be like,
shows they choosing to renew, shows they green lighting. We ain't talking.
What show you talking
about? The live action Solo Leveling.
You see my. Yuck.
It's on yuck.
Why is it on its way? Why is it on its way?
I'm so over it.
Who asked for this already?
I'm so over it.
Can we get through? Can the show be complete first? Who asked for this? Who gonna be the lead? Though? Hold on, because if they make him real fine, I might be able to make
they're not gonna be able to capture the show in live action right now.
I think the CG is gonna be too over the top.
It's gonna be jarring.
Yeah. We don't need that. Where's Lookism season 2? We got other stuff. Where's Lookism season 2? I'm waiting on that. Can we get that back?
I actually had to read the manga because that was taking too long.
Are we gonna get another one?
I don't know. It gets a little strange though, but it's still a good ride.
I'm just saying, like, they just be finding stuff to do. Like, can y'all just give us the rest of what we asked for, and then like stop making up new stuff to give us that we didn't ask for? I mean, it's just annoying. But now, they don't piss me off. Is this real?
Yeah.
Is that AI?
Nope.
Is it a movie?
No. I can't remember if it's a movie or a series.
I'm so annoyed that they chose to do this. Why? Who's finna be the lead though? If he's fine, I might let it slide. Okay, he kind of cute.
I'm gonna be a hater. I'll be a hater until the day it's get taken off of Netflix.
Well, we won't be here next week, will we? Because you're gonna be out of town, or you gonna be back?
I'll be back by Sunday.
I don't know what we're gonna end up talking about. Of course, we'll check in with Solo Leveling. We might have to talk about. We might have to talk about Traders though.
We can. We only gonna have one episode.
But I feel like Solo Leveling is gonna be an episode.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, it is.
Yeah.
We're talking about Solo Leveling.
We're gonna talk about it for 90 minutes. Okay. I
don't know if it's gonna take up the whole 90 minutes, so we can definitely touch on Traders since we already started talking about it. But yeah, because I have a read in my spirit for Traders, and I just can't wait to let it out. So
we have to. We're gonna have to. Don't mess with Mayfair, as I thought.
Of course. Why would we? Now, thank you so much for keeping us updated, and I want y'all to continue if y'all make the painful journey to continue and see it through. Continue to keep us updated, but that's what I believe to be.
Speaking of big letdowns, and the Grammys is coming on tonight, so just do with that information what you want.
I will be checking the results in the morning.
Exactly. Because I was trying to say, do what you want with that information. Because we already know what we're checking to see. I'm just gonna check in the morning, and we'll see what happens.
Now, apparently, she's supposed to be showing up, so I'm thinking her showing up means something because she
showed up last time. Well, Jay-Z won it, yeah.
Yeah, so somebody got to be winning something. I want to say for them to be showing up. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, and of course, that ain't telling us because she can win everything besides what really needs to happen.
Where's Will Smith to slap a bitch this year? We need some.
Let Jay-Z do it.
Somebody needs to slap somebody. I actually put in that we need to get slapped at awards.
I mean, he just got out of hot water with this whole
yeah, with that kind of hot water, but not completely really.
Right, not completely really, but he got out of that. So I'm just like, right now the slate's clean for the most part. This is your time to really smack somebody if you're gonna do it.
Right. Not them trying to turn off my ad blocker. I wanted to see who was performing at the Grammys. But anyway, I'll look at it when I get off the stream. But anyway, it was good to talk about all these shows. We'll see you all next week. And yeah, don't forget to keep it cute. Bye.